Hey guys, I'm back and I am here to give a review on the Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, so let's get into it. I think this is season 8. I believe it's season 8 and it's the first episode. So, it starts off with damage control mode. Okay, this is what Juan Dixon is in. He's in damage control mode. And the reason I say that is because Juan Dixon, first of all, doesn't care for even being on camera that much. So that's number one. And then when he is on camera, he's usually very agitated. The only time we see Juan enjoying himself is when he's around some of the other guys and they're having their little moment. But for the most part, when Robin is asking Juan questions about, especially something she feels he's done wrong, he gets very defensive and has a negative attitude. So for him to be so smiley and saying that he made errors and just being such a nice person on camera, let you know he was in, like I said, crisis management. We need to get this together. Let's talk about it. So, Robin is like, things have been rough over the last year. We've had a lot of situations come our way. And she kind of goes down what I thought was a bullet point list of things that Juan did wrong. One was meeting this lady from Canada at a hotel to pay for a hotel room. Juan says, you know what? It was a mistake. I was being nice. Then he tried to align his niceness with how he gives money to the homeless. One has nothing to do with the other. Giving money to the homeless has nothing to do with you going to this woman's hotel room because she was visiting a Baltimore Ravens player and lost her lost her wallet or what have you. None of the story made sense. But you down there paying her hotel room fee. Yeah, that was problem number one. Then number two, with the when he was with Coppin State, he was at the laundromat with one of the assistant coaches. And that was looking really, for optics reasons, did not look good being a married man. And then going to the nail salon with the same woman, again, not looking very good. So he apologizes for making, mistakes with the optics and being friendly with women and what have you. It just didn't make any sense. And then Robin goes on and brings up about the whole situation at Coppin State. And, now they can't really talk about it, I think, in detail because I believe the situation is still in litigation. So Juan Dixon's name was mentioned in this situation, and that's all I know at this point. So that is a totally different scenario and situation in itself, but it is plaguing the image. That situation plagues an image, and then you're out here with these ladies and all of that. So Juan was just saying, he just made some bad judgment calls. But he never said he wasn't out with these women. He never, said, he just said he was just being a very nice person and was a good friend. And I'm looking like, girl, Robin, you really going for this? But she said they've gone through their tough times with it, and they've had their yelling matches, and that they're at a point now that they can move past it. She would say, so many people want to see us fail, and I'm gonna get to this, toward the end when we bring these situations, I should say, back up again. But that's really not what it is, Robin. It's not about seeing you fail. It's about you having your head in the sand. And people that are truly concerned are trying to get you to see what the problem is. But I don't think she's just not at that point. So like I said, that whole first scene was looking like damage control. Let me get through my bullet point list. Let me make sure that, Juan does all the talking or most of the talking. And he is, coming across as if he is, truly sorry. And, he just made some bad choices. Okay, Juan. Then we see Ashley. Ashley's in her $2.2 million home that has Michael's name on it. Now, they're supposed to be going through a divorce. But Michael is still has his name on a house that she's supposed to be divorcing him. Right? She's getting divorced, but she got him to put his name and his money on this house. Not making a whole lot of sense. Clearly, she did not consult a credible attorney. If she did consult one, not credible, because no attorney would have agreed, not if they were truly on her side, would have told her to go through and do what you did. This man got his name on the house. Okay. She says she doesn't get spousal support, but he does pay child support. They're still going on trips to the Bahamas together. And she even admitted that she's not even trying, or she's dragging her feet with this divorce. Now, look, I am going to say this. Ashley needs to talk, if she truly wants to get divorced, she needs to talk to Sutton from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, because the way that Ashley's going about things with Michael, he has the upper hand. He has the financial purse strings. She's dependent on Michael financially. And I promise you, she's claiming that, oh, Michael, he doesn't come over very often. He hasn't been upstairs but a couple of times. He doesn't even have his own room. He don't need his own room. He has your master bedroom. That's his house. He don't need a separate room for himself. But I mean, if he wanted to, he definitely could do so. But okay, Ashley. That's what Ashley's, this is what Ashley's doing. This is what Ashley wants. Quite frankly, if she'd have went ahead and divorced Michael, she wouldn't have got that $2.2 million home. Okay. She couldn't afford it. She wants the huge 5-bedroom house and multi square feet and all of that kind of good stuff. And it's just, she wants to live a certain lifestyle. And she's not going and consulting with someone who really could help her get the type of money that she really should be getting with the 2 boys. But okay, Ashley, you do you, honey. So then we move along and we see who gets together. We see Chris and Candace. They getting together, having a little picnic. And Candace is letting Chris know how, she's glad to be back home. She's been on the road promoting her album, and she's been doing the city winery tour. But she's glad to be back at home and just kind of relaxing. And, she hated how last year went as far as, Chris being dragged through the mud. And her real issue, she said, on top of that, Robin, who supposedly was in their corner, watching how Chris was getting dragged. And all this time, Robin was not being honest about the situation that she was dealing with. Now, I'm going to have to say this about that situation. I do agree that Robin should have been more forthcoming, but I just don't know realistically, would she come out to these ladies that she's not really cool with to tell them about another scandal when it pertains to her husband? I just don't think that would have realistically happened. I think she would have talked to Giselle about it. And that's something that we didn't see her really do on camera, is talking to Giselle about the situation. So, so that's that. So anyway, we also see Candace has had a conversation with, she met up with Karen and Wendy. And this is where you can see the lines being drawn in the sand. There is actual alliances here. Wendy, Karen, and Candace are an alliance, and they sharing the same issues with everyone else for the most part. Well, not really, because Karen did say she seems to be on good footing with Giselle. So I can't say that she's not on good footing. That everybody's in the same place. We know Wendy and Giselle are not cool, and we know that Candace and Giselle are not cool. But Karen said that her and Giselle are good. I know that Candace is having issues with Robin, especially since she wasn't very honest, and she actually tweeted about it. Robin did discuss that as well with Juan. But yeah, so they have their own, their crew, and the other crew would be the one we saw at the end of this episode, which is Giselle, Robin, and Charisse. That's their own crew. Mia, I don't know where she fits in. Mia floats with, well, quite honestly, so does Ashley. Ashley and Mia both floats in the wind for the most part. But I think right now, if between Ashley and Mia, I'm going to go ahead and say Mia is more of a floater than Ashley, but not by that much. Even though Ashley seems to be on Giselle and Robin's side, as it appears at this time, I don't know how long that's going to last because I don't know. But anyway, Mia is definitely out there. You don't know where she's landing, and then they have a new lady that's going to be on there, and I don't know much about her. So speaking of Mia, we do see Mia, and she is talking about, they had to move again because of the finances. They had to get a smaller place, and they're going back over this whole situation with the joint practice, and all of that, and her husband being voted out as CEO, and Mia saying that oh, she was the marketing director. Now I thought you were CEO, Mia. Now here you are, marketing director, and her getting fired from that position, and Gordon is in his feelings saying, you thought that I did something wrong. You kept questioning me about what did I do? And, Mia was like, well, I had to protect myself and my children. So I needed to know what was going on. And Gordon's like, nothing's going on. I had auditors and accountants look. So it's making me think that their situation might be based on Gordon getting voted out by the investors or the board, might have been because of some shady dealings with the money. I don't know if it was embezzlement. I don't know what. Misappropriation of funds, something. And Mia is like trying to cover her bases just in case, stuff comes up and her name comes up in it. She don't want to get in no kind of trouble. And Gordon is feeling some type of way. They talked about he was depressed for a couple of months, and that caused problems in the marriage. And what I see is this: Mia feels like Gordon has done something wrong. She doesn't want to be bothered with it. She don't want to be associated with it. Gordon does not have the money that he used to have, so she's over this marriage. And in today's timing, we find out that they're going through divorce, and she has moved on in a new relationship, and that person has given her a ring. So hey, and this was as of BravoCon this past weekend. So this marriage we see it's not working. It's just not happening anymore. She has moved on. Who else do we see? We see now there was a scene with Giselle and some guy from a show called Winter House or Summer House or whatever it's called. I don't know. He's 16 years younger than her, and he was introduced to Giselle by Ashley and Child. Okay. They was making sushi. I don't know if he's a chef. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I really wasn't interested in the Giselle scene because it just wasn't anything to it. So we get to the last scene, and the last scene had to do with Giselle inviting Charisse and Robin and Ashley over so they can confront Robin about all the stuff that's been going on with these women in the news with Robin. So when they confront her and let her know what's been going on and how they felt about it, Robin became very defensive, in my opinion. She got on, defense, and she says she's tired of hearing about it. She has, she knows that Robin has made some stupid mistakes. She even she claims that she told Juan to get out, and Giselle said, "Oh, did he leave?" And she was like, "Well, no." I'm like, "Okay, girl." Robin is just, despite all the different things, all three of those ladies, well, four of them now, but Giselle, Charisse, and Ashley have explained their situations. They talked a little bit about what they have gone through in their relationships and the reasons for their divorce. Well, minus Ashley, but the reasons for their divorce, because Ashley actually is still married. And they were trying to get Robin to see how this isn't something that's making her feel good about herself. And Robin's like, it has put a strain. It is problematic, but I'm trying to make this work with Juan. So here's the bottom line of the entire conversation. I understood what the ladies were saying, and I even agreed with a lot of their points that, Juan is consistently out here doing things, and those things that he's doing is hurting you. but yet you're still with this man. And he doesn't feel the need to change his actions. So until Robin is at a point where she's ready to be done with the foolishness, it's really nothing no one can say. It was nice for them to express their opinions, but it really fell on deaf ears. Robin is well aware, but Robin is in love with her husband, and you would think shouldn't be a problem. But I'm not so sure that Juan is in love with Robin. That's where the issue is, in my opinion. I feel like Juan is doing whatever he feels like he needs to do, and he really doesn't care. I'm not gonna say he doesn't like Robin, but I don't think he's in love with Robin. So until she gets to a place that she is over it, it doesn't matter what these ladies say. She is just hell bent on being with this man, and that's just that. So that is the review. I will talk to you guys later with Married to Medicine. Peace.